Hello everyone, this is Shanti Shirsat from Information Technology Department of Praveen Patel College. In this session, we learn about the next topic in chapter number 4, that is polymorphism in C++. Okay, in previous session we learned the concept of pointers in C++. Now here we start the concept of polymorphism in C++. So what is mean by polymorphism? In chapter number 1, we already discussed about the basic concept of polymorphism, right? Polymorphism, poly means many and morphism means forms. Polymorphism means many forms of same thing. That is, one of the polymorphism is one of the important feature of object oriented programming. The word polymorphism means having many forms. Means in simple word, we can define the polymorphism as the ability of message to be displayed in more than one form, or same thing is used for different purpose. In real life example of polymorphism is a person at the same time execute the different characteristics, like a man at the same time is a father, is a husband, or an employee of one of the company. So the same person execute the different behavior in different situation. This is called polymorphism. Okay, there are there are mainly two types of polymorphism. One is compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. Check here the types of polymorphism. The main important types of polymorphisms are compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. And this compile time polymorphism is again divided into two parts, that is function overloading and operator overloading. And the runtime polymorphism having the type virtual function. Okay, so let's start with the compile time polymorphism. What is mean by compile time polymorphism? Here, compile time polymorphism is achieved by using function overloading and operator overloading. So let's start with the topic, that is function overloading. What is mean by function overloading? Overloading is a concept in polymorphism, means same thing used more than one time in a one program. So here we use the same function name or same function but for different purpose. Okay, means function name is same. In function overloading we allow to use the same name for different function, means having same name, the functions having same name, different function having same name, but every function perform different operation or different behavior in the same class. Where when there are multiple functions with same name but different parameters, then these functions are said to be overloaded. When there are multiple functions in the same class with same name having having different parameters, otherwise having different data type parameters. Okay, then these functions are said to be function overloaded. We already execute or we already learn about the overloading, that is constructor overloading, multiple constructor in same class. All of you know about the constructor. Constructor is a special member function in which in that concept we already learned that there are multiple constructor in same class. Means in one class, class having default constructor, also having a parameterized constructor, and also having copy constructor. And all of you know that the constructor name is same as class name, means all these three type of constructors having same name. This is called function overloading. But here the function is constructor function, that's why here we call constructor overloading. Okay, but now here we check the normal function overloading. If you want to overload the function, then we need, there are two ways of function overloading. The first is depend on the number of argument. Means suppose if you want to add two integer, then pass the two argument or two parameter to add function. Another one add function where we want to perform the addition of three integers, means there are number of arguments which we passed in function are different. Okay, another way is by having different data types argument. Means if the function add perform addition of two integers, otherwise the function add perform the addition of two float numbers. Means here the number of arguments in both the functions are same, but data type in one add function the data type of argument is integer, and in one function the data type of argument is float. Okay, with the help of these two ways we perform the function overloading. First is by changing the number of arguments and by changing the data types of argument. So let's check it with one example. The first example of number of arguments. Okay, in this type of function overloading we define the two function in same class with same name, but the argument which we pass to that functions are different, that is number of arguments are different. Check here, we overload the function display. In same class we try to overload the function display, but in first display function here is only one parameter, integer x. Okay, integer x. And in second overloaded function, that is display function, having two parameters, means we overload the function with different number of argument. In first function we pass only one argument, and in second we pass two arguments. Okay, so at the time of execution or invoke, at the time of calling or at the time of execution of this function, we need or compiler check the number of argument, not the type of argument. How many number of arguments are passed at the time of execution or at the time of call. Check here, at the first time when we call the display function, I here pass only one argument, that is integer argument 10. So compiler calls the display function in the class which is having single argument or single parameter, not more than one parameter. But in case where we perform the second call, or where we call the same function display function second time having two arguments, that is 10 and 20, having two arguments 10 and 20, at that time compiler calls the display function which is having two arguments. Okay, means based on the number of arguments compiler decide to which function it call, okay, or to which function it execute. Okay, check here, in the above example display function is overloaded to have one and two arguments respectively. Display function will be called depending on the number of argument, means first time we call the function which is having one argument, and in second call we execute the function which is having two arguments. That's it. This is the function overloaded with the help of number of arguments. Next, different data types of argument, means here in this type of overloading the function with same name having same number, maybe having same number of arguments, but the data type of arguments is different. Data type of arguments are different. Same number of function having same name, function having same number of parameters, but the type of parameter is different. Check here, the first void display function having two arguments and both the arguments are of type integer, but in the second display function also having two parameters, means here not possible to follow the first way, that is by the number of argument, because in both the condition there is a in the both the function having same number of argument. So check here, the data type of argument in second function which is overloaded, that is display function, the data type is float. So check here, void main, in void main when we call the display function, sorry, here pass the two argument, sorry, by mistake I passed here only one argument, but at the time of execution please you type or pass the two integer argument. When compiler check the two integer argument, then compiler call or execute the function having two argument but both the argument of integer type. In case of second call of display function, here we pass two argument of float type. Okay, so compiler call or pass this value to the function which having the two parameters but both the parameters of float type. This is different, this is the function overloading using different data types argument. Okay, next concept, program to swap two numbers using function overloading. Here we perform the swapping of two integer and swapping of two float number. Check here the class interchange having two functions, that is void swap integer means first swap function having data type integer, and void swap that is having argument data type float. Guys, here is a one mistake, just type the public access specifier, because by default class access specifier is private, and if the function is declared in a private section then it is not accessible outside the class. So please guys add here the public access specifier. Okay, otherwise it will create a problem at the time of program execution. So now check, after completion of the class, check here the function definition. Which function? Swap function which is overloaded, but the first swap function having arguments of type integer. So now here we define the function, that is return type, class name, scope resolution operator, overloaded function name that is swap, then integer a comma integer b. After that perform the swapping. To perform swapping we need one more variable which is declared here, integer c. Before swapping here check the value, that is cout a and cout b. Okay, before swapping the value of a and b, and after that here we perform the swapping logic, that is c is equal to a, means here we temporarily stored the value of a into this c, because after assigning the value of b to a, the value of a will be changed. Okay, so here we first store the value, or first keep, it is very important to keep the backup value of a into another variable, and after that perform the swapping. After swapping again display the value of a and b. Now here we overload the another function, that is swap function with argument, two arguments of float type, and perform the same swapping logic, float c, then before swapping we display the value of a, then we perform the swapping, and after swapping we again display the value of a and b. Okay, then main function, in main function by default I declared the value or initialize the value for two variable, integer variable, and for two float variable. After that here I created a object of class, that is interchange I, and after that I call the swap function I dot swap and pass the value of a and b, and a and b both are of type integer. So here compiler call the function which is having integer argument, means this function having both the arguments of integer type. After the execution of this function, again the again execution goes to the void main, or after that compiler calls the I dot swap, that is c comma d. C and d both are the variable of type float. So here the compiler call the function swap function having data type float. So the Now execution, which function call or invoke? The swap function, which is having float argument, float type argument, and then here we perform the execution of swap. Then again back to the void main, then execution of getch function, and then void main complete. This is function overloading, concept of function overloading in compile time polymorphism. Okay, next here we check the another way, or here we learn about the another type of compile time polymorphism. Actually there are main two types of polymorphism, that is compile time polymorphism and runtime, and we already show in right, we already seen in diagram, that is there are two types of function yes, compile time polymorphism. One is function overloading and another one is operator overloading. So let's start with operator overloading. Okay, C++ provide the concept of operator overloading, means there are some operators, plus plus, minus minus, plus, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So here we perform the overloading of this operator. For example, we can make the operator plus. Okay, means we use the operator plus, we perform the overloading operator, we overload the plus operator, means the plus operator which is used to perform operation of two integer, same plus operator is which is used to perform operation on two float number, same operation operator plus operator which is used to perform the operation on two string. Here the concatenation of two strings is performed. So the same operator used for different purpose, that is called operator overloading, but the result of operation is depend on operands on which we perform this operation. Means when we perform operator overloading, or when we perform the operation using plus operator on integer, then obviously we perform the addition of two integer. In case of float, addition of two float, but in case of string, not perform the addition of string, but here perform the concatenation combination of two string. Means here this operator perform the operation of append, that is addition or concatenation of two string, depend on which operator we used at the time of which ऑपरेंड मीन्स जिस पे आप ऑपरेशन करें, डिपेंड ऑन दैट आपका ऑपरेशन क्या होगा, परफॉर्म होगा. ओके, so the single plus operator when placed between two integer operands adds them, and when placed between string operand concatenate them. It is the type of polymorphism. Operator overloading is a type of polymorphism in which operator is overloaded to give user defined meaning to it. Okay, overloaded operator is used to perform operation on user defined data type. For example, plus operator can be overloaded to perform addition on various data types like integer, like float, like string, etc. When the operator is overloaded, its original meaning does not lost. Means plus operator perform addition, minus operator perform subtraction, division perform division, multiplication perform, means it's not possible to change the original meaning of the operator. At the time of operator overloading, we must follow some restrictions, rules. That is, first, precedency and associative of the operator cannot be changed. Means the operator which is having highest priority or precedency, this priority cannot be changed. Okay, then arity, that is number of operands, cannot be changed. Unary operator remains unary and binary remains binary. Okay, no new operator can be created, only existing operator can be overloaded. Means user cannot create a new operator, not possible. Only operator overloading is performed using existing operator. We cannot redefine the meaning of procedure. You cannot change how integers are added. Means there is no change in the meaning of the procedure, means addition perform addition. This meaning is same in case of your mathematics, in case of your programming also, in case of your operator overloading also. Okay. Next, the following operators cannot be overloaded. One is a scope resolution operator, another one is size of operator, their member selection operator, that is dot operator, dot pointer operator, conditional operator. All these operators cannot be overloaded. Syntax for operator overloading: return type, class name, scope resolution operator, then operator keyword and the operator symbol which we want to overload, and after that argument list and function body. Okay. Operator overloading can be done by implementing the function which can be a member function and friend function. Means operator overloading is a concept possible with the help of function. This function may be member function of that class or may be friend function of that class. If we want to perform, if you want to perform the operator overloading using member function, guys, keep it in mind, if you want to perform the operator overloading using member function, then no argument for unary operator overloading and one argument for binary operator overloading. I repeat it again. If you want to overload the operator with the help of member function of the class, then the member function has no argument for unary operator overloading and one argument for binary operator overloading. But if you want to overload the operator using friend function, then that friend function has only one argument for unary operator overloading and two arguments for binary operator overloading. Okay. So now here we check one example of unary operator overloading. Unary operator overloading, and here we perform unary operator overloading using member function of that class, not friend function of that class, and unary operator with the help of this class member function, then this member function has no argument. unary operator मेंबर प्लस मेंबर फंक्शन मीन्स मेंबर फंक्शन है आपके उसी क्लास का, और आप कौन सा ऑपरेटर ओवरलोड कर रहे हैं, यूनरी ऑपरेटर. अनरी ऑपरेटर अगर ओवरलोड कर रहे हैं तो फंक्शन को कोई आर्ग्यूमेंट पास नहीं होगा. ओके, लेट्स चेक हियर. क्लास नेम, क्लास ओवरलोड 1 having 3 integer data arguments, 3 integer data members and 2 member function, that is void get and void show. The in get function we normally perform the input operation for x, y and z, okay, read operation, and in show function normally we perform the output operation to display the value of x, y, z with the help of cout object. Okay, now here check the operator overloading. Okay, void operator minus minus, unary operators, which are the one unary operators. Unary operator are two operators, that is minus minus and plus plus, because minus minus and plus plus increment operator and decrement operator, which perform the operation on single operand, unique one single operand, and that's why here we call these both operators are unary operator. Okay, syntax: void operator, declaration, void, that is return type, operator minus minus, and void operator plus plus. Check here the definition. Okay, return type, class name, that is overload 1, scope resolution operator, scope resolution operator, then operator keyword, and the operator which we want to overload, that is minus minus operator. And after that, here we perform decrement operation, pre-decrement operation on x, y and z. Similar to that, here we overload the increment operator, that is plus plus operator, void, that is return type, class name, scope resolution operator, then operator keyword, and the operator, that is increment operator, which we want to overload. Then x is equal to plus plus x, y is equal to plus plus y, and z is equal to plus plus z. Okay, now check in main function how to call this overloaded operator, okay, with the help of member function. Check here in void main. Here is a one mistake. Here is a one mistake. Don't write the clear screen function first. First create the object of that class. Okay, overload 1 O. This is the first sentence in void main. Okay, and after that you type clear screen function. Okay, overload O dot get and O dot show. Here we perform get function and show function. Okay, after that, check here minus minus o, minus minus o. At this line, compiler call the operator, that is decrement operator, which we overloaded. Minus minus o means here this function is called by the compiler, that is void overloaded scope resolution operator, then operator keyword minus minus, means at exactly minus minus o at this line, compiler call this function where we overload the minus minus or decrement operator. And after that, here we perform o dot show. After that, next time we overloaded, that is increment operator, we overloaded increment operator. So compiler calls after at this line, exactly at this line, that is plus plus o, at this line compiler calls the function where we overloaded increment operator, means here, that is void overload 1 scope resolution operator, operator keyword plus plus. Here we overloaded increment operator. How? Check here, the plus plus operator overloaded means first time it increment the value of x, next time it increments the value of y, next time it increments the value of z, right? Means every time it performs the operation on, one time it performs the operation on x, one time it's on y, one time it's on z. Okay, after execution of this function, again we return back to main function. Okay, and then our getCS function will be executed, and here our program execution is also completed. Okay, this is the example of unary operator overloading using member function. The last topic, the rules for operator overloading. If you want to overload the operator, the precedency, and I already told you the precedency, that is priority and associativity of an operator cannot be changed, means the highest priority for multiplication and division, then for plus and minus, this associativity, this precedency cannot be changed. Then arity, that is number of operands cannot be changed, means unary operator remains unary and binary remains binary, means unary operator perform the operation on single operand and binary operator perform the operation on two operands. Okay, then no new operators can be created. We perform operator overloading using only existing operators, means we can overload only existing operator. Then cannot redefine the meaning of procedure, means we cannot change the meaning of procedure. Means how the integers are added, how the float numbers are added. These rules means for integer addition, for float addition, this rule which we already followed in math, these rules are not changed here. We cannot change the rules, we cannot change the procedure. Only existing operators can be overloaded, new operator cannot be created. Then overload operator must follow the original rules or syntax. We cannot overload the operators. We already learned that we cannot overload the operator, that is size of operator, scope resolution operator, conditional operator, after that member calling operator, that is dot operator, pointer operator. This operator we cannot overload it with the help of member function. But in case if you want to overload the operator using friend function, in that case we cannot use some operators, that is assignment operator. Assignment operator overloading is not possible using friend function. Then function call operator, then subscription operator, that's that after that class member access operator, that is arrow operator. All these operators we cannot overload using friend function. Okay, thank you guys. Regarding this session, if you have any doubt, especially regarding the program, I will solve your every doubt at the time of live session of program, otherwise live session of theory. Okay, thank you.